formed against me shall prosper. I am more than a conqueror. I'm waking up out of nightmares, gas for breath. Living in these last days, enemies after my death. Palms can't hold these tears, heart was cold for years, only to find out the enemy was in the middle.
We are in part 4 of Yahweh's blood covenants. He shall take a wife in her virginity. So what Yahweh is showing us in this series is that Yahweh uses blood to make his covenants. And he has made a covenant with his people Yisrael, and when they come to him, they come through a blood covenant, which is Yahshua shed blood on Calvary. They get in that water, they repent, they get in the water, they're baptized, they believe that Yahweh sent his son, and then after they come out of the water, Yahweh restores back their virginity. And what Yahweh started showing us is that every other nationality in the world is lusting after you, the prize virgins of Israel. Every single one. And what happened is that has passed into the nation of Yisrael, where now they started lusting after each other. Yahweh never told us to lust after each other. But Yahweh wants us to understand that every other nationality wants you and they want me. The first reason is because the devil wants to interfere with Yahweh.
That's right.
That's number one. He wants to try to stop what Yahweh is doing spiritually among us. The second is because we are the virgins or the virtuous people of Yahweh.
Yes, we are.
That's why they want you. And the third reason is because we are physically desirable.
Hallelujah.
You know how Hollywood has all these physical specimens up for you to look at. Most of them are Caucasian, but they're blowing up their lips, they're blowing up their fronts and their backs to look more like you.
That's right.
Puffing up their cheekbones. They're laying out in the sun to get darker. So what is that telling you? They're lusting after the prized virgins of Israel, which is you and me. We had seen last week that the Hamites, they call them African now, they were lusting after Abraham's Iyshshah, who was Sarah. Then we saw they lusted after Yitzchak's Iyshshah, who was Rivkah or Rebecca. And then we saw that Yahweh warns us, not once but repeatedly, about mixing in with strangers and lusting after them. And he also told us how to respond when they come pushing up on us or trying to push up on us. He didn't say embrace them. Matter of fact, in Deuteronomy 7th chapter, you go read it again, he said, don't make marriages with them, don't even show mercy with them, but kill them. Now again, not in today's society. But he's saying kill them by being cold to them as far as not receiving the affections that they want to bestow upon you. Now the world has it backwards. The slave master indoctrinated, well, it's really not the world, what it is human nature. Whatever Yahweh said don't want, that's what man goes after, like a bullseye. In the garden, it was a tree of the knowledge of good and evil, and they just, boom, they just made like a beeline. I don't know how long it took, but it's stuck in their mind. This is what humans do. When Yahweh says don't want that, consequently, as soon as some of us, Shemites, get some money, or even if we don't have no money, because the slave master said, leave my wife alone. The first thing they want to go get is the stranger. Well, Yahweh said it first. So really they're obeying Yahweh, number one, and the slave master, number two. Just whatever Yahweh said or whatever somebody says to people don't do, that's the thing that they want to go ahead and do. All right, so we saw that in Deuteronomy 4th chapter. So let's go in the Old Testament to Numbers. Now we had read this account, and this is not a story like some people say. These are facts. This is the truth of what happened.
Historical
facts. Let's go to Numbers, the 25th chapter. So Yahweh warned his people not to let strangers, not to encourage them lusting after them.
Okay.
And he said, don't take them for husbands and wives at all costs. It says, because it is not only physical degradation, but it's spiritual degradation.
That's what it's
this
about.
is something higher than
That's
just
what it's about.
Yahweh want me to marry somebody ugly or Yahweh want me. No. We are the most beautiful people on
That's
earth.
right. Hallelujah.
I tell you straight up, we are.
Yes, we are.
We have all kinds of hair. We have all kinds of skin colors.
Right?
There is no physical reason for anybody not to marry somebody within the nation of Israel. The spiritual reason is they just hard-headed and rebellious, and they won't do what Yahweh said don't do. And then they go to lusting.
That's right.
Then you had the strangers lusting in with them, and then they join together.
Right.
And then they think they got some electric and magnetic. No, they have something that's degrading. They have something that's spiritually
That's against
alienated
Yahweh.
from Yahweh. All right? Numbers 25, and we had read verse 6 to 9, where we saw that there was a man of Israel, and he brought this Hamite into the camp of the nation of Israel, and took her into his tent. And there was a priest in Israel, and he took a javelin when he saw it. Why? Because he knew it was wicked.
That's right.
And he went in the tent and killed them both. All right? So, because there was something going on in the nation where they were also lusting, we'll start at verse 9, where we can see that thousands of them died.
Yeah.
So you see, it's not just one or two people that are thinking like that. What they're hoping is that you come over and you start thinking like that. All right? They want me to go out and get a Caucasian. They want you to go out and get a Caucasian. Or if you don't get a Caucasian, you get a Chinese, or you get a fake Middle Eastern person, because the original people in the Middle East were Shemites.
That's right, they were.
They were Hamites.
That's right.
But either way, get anything except the two of us.
Okay.
Because the two nation of Israel people, it says one can chase 1,000 and two can chase 10,000.
Hallelujah.
That's what husbands and wives working together is all about.
That's right.
And that's why the devil has sent hand grenades and torpedoes and everything else. You say, when you make it, when you got your head on straight, you get a stranger. You turn your back on the nation. Again, that's spiritual programming, straight from the pit of the lake of fire. But, you know, as the Ruach said last week, some people don't like that. But Yahweh said, that's the way it is.
Truth be true.
All right.
Thus says Yahweh.
Start at Numbers 25 and let's read verse 9, please.
Hallelujah.
And those that died in the plague were 24,000.
Wow.
So 24,000 people died beside those two people.
Wow.
That the priest went in with the javelin and killed them. And see, that's why people say, you know, I don't like, you know, Yahweh in the Old Testament, he's all mean and nasty and stuff. I like, you know, YHWH. It's the same person.
They just don't know.
Yahweh has a plan, people. And that plan is going to come to pass. There you go, whether we like it or not. But if our head is on straight, we will stop trying to figure out and stop trying to say, well, once they come to Yahweh, then they're both spiritual Israel. Yahweh didn't say nothing about spiritual Israel. He said stay away from strangers. He's talking about on a natural level.
Right.
That's right. That's right.
Those that moved in the plague was 24,000. Verse 10.
And Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying,
11.
Phinehas, the son of Ezra, the son of Aaron, the priest, hath turned my wrath away from the children of Israel, among them that I consumed, not the children of Israel in my jealousy.
Now, Yahweh said, Phinehas, Haban of Eleazar, Haban of Aharon, HaKohen, the priestly tribe. And again, the Bible research and the Bible says that the priestly tribe is in America, the United States of America. All right? Now, you have some Israel in here, But he said that we would be in the north country, we would be in the daughter of Babylon. So stand up and recognize who you are.
Praise
If
the mighty
nobody
God.
else is
Praise
speaking
the
up
mighty
against
God.
this, we should be the ones to
That's
speak up
right.
and say
That's
it.
right.
Teach,
It
sister,
said-
teach.
The son of Aharon the Kohen, the priest. Yahweh said, oh, he disappointed me so much because he went and killed these two people. No, he didn't. See, again, this is when people in their natural mind, they don't like Yahweh.
Okay. Right.
But we better get over it.
Better get it with him.
He's telling us it's in love. He knows what's best for us.
Hallelujah.
He's turned away my wrath
Okay.
away from Haban of Yisrael. So there was stuff that's going to come on his people.
Yeah.
Why? Because the majority of the people need clues about what's going on. The majority of the people need to know what Yahweh's standard is.
Uh-huh.
So we're supposed to stand up and say what Yahweh's
That's
standard
it.
is.
Thus says
Now you're on your
Yahweh.
own after you've been told.
That's
Okay.
right.
Nobody's going to run you down
That right.
That's right.
and check and see what you're
That's
doing.
right.
Nobody's gonna, as his brother told his lie years ago, before the Passover was delivered at a temple he was going to, that the man took the men in a back room and had them pull down their pants to check if they were circumcised. We know that was a lie. Because the brother just liked to embellish stuff.
Okay.
So they wouldn't take the the Passover without being circumcised. Nobody's gonna do that to you.
Okay.
All right? Because Yahweh's watching you all the time.
Yep.
That's not my job, that's not your job.
All right.
Our job is to tell them.
Bring forth his
If they have
goodbye.
questions, then you explain it to them some more and show them scriptures. After that, they're on their own. You just pray for them. And even Yahweh comes to a point where he says, don't pray for certain people anymore.
All right.
People say, well, Yahweh cold-hearted. No, Yahweh is righteous.
Uh-huh.
And we're learning how to be righteous.
That's right.
It said, because he was zealous for my sake. Talking about Yahweh. That's how
Okay.
we want to be. We want to be zealous for Yahweh.
Hallelujah.
That I consume not the children of Israel in my jealousy. So the people were going to get hurt.
Uh-huh.
We have to stand up and be right. So the people don't get hurt.
Hallelujah.
All right, verse 12.
Wherefore, behold, I give unto him my covenant of peace.
He says, wherefore, or say, behold, I give unto him my bereath of Shalom, my
Hallelujah.
covenant of peace.
Yes.
He's at peace with Yahweh.
Yes.
We are also at peace
Yes,
with
we
Yahweh
are.
as long as we're doing what he says to do.
Uh-huh.
Verse 13.
And he shall have it, and the
His seed.
seed after him, even the covenant of an everlasting priesthood, because he was zealous for the Elohim and made an atonement for the children of Israel.
So in that
Praise
book
the
of
mighty
remembrance, there's good things that were being written down about this priest, Phineas. It says, you shall have my bereath, the covenant of peace, and his seed. So the things that we do for Yahweh spills over into our family. They get blessed because of us standing up and doing what we know is right. It says, even Habarith, or the covenant of an everlasting Kahana, or priesthood, because he was zealous for his Elohim. He knew what Yahweh said, and he stood up and he did what Yahweh said. And he made a kippah, or atonement, for Haban and Yisrael. So isn't that something foreign? Killing these two people, he made an atonement by shedding their blood for us as a nation. So again, we have some growing to do so we can understand Yahweh and his ways. That's what we want. We don't want to just see his acts, the things he does. We want to understand how he thinks and why he does. He said, out of all you're getting, get understanding. Why? Because we're being transformed into what Yahweh wants us to be. That is more like Yahshua, not being conformed. See, religion got a thing that says you conform, you see outwardly what people do, and then you model that. No, you don't. Yahweh works from the inside out. You're being transformed. And that's why it takes longer. It's not going to be 2 weeks. It's not going to be a month. It's not going to be 1 year. It's going to be as long as it takes, and Yahweh is working with you.
Right, this is a lifetime walk.
All right, verse 14.
Now the name of the Israelite that was slain, even that was slain with the Midian's women was Zimmer, the son of Shelomah, a prince of the chief house on the side.
Now this was a leader.
I know, right?
And see, it's very, very, very dangerous to stand up in front of Yahweh's people and then you don't do the right thing.
Right. Yes, it is. It is written.
It said, now Hashem of the Israelite, the brother that was slain, even that was slain with the Midianites or the Hamite Iyshshah was Zimri, Haban of Selu, a Nasi, a prince of a chief by it among the Shimeon. So it's not like he didn't know.
Right.
He just figured, hey, Yahweh gonna write another Bible for me.
Okay.
Like some people figure, right? Go work on the Shabbat because Yahweh gonna write another Bible for you. He killed a man for picking up sticks on the Shabbat.
Right.
But some kind of way you're gonna get a pass. No, you're not. Again, we can deceive ourselves into thinking things that Yahweh
That's it.
is not gonna do. He already said what he is.
Thus it is written.
Verse 15. Oh, yeah, we read 15. Okay.
And he named of the Midianish women that was slain was Cosby, the daughter of Zerah. He was the head over a people and of a chief house.
Now you have some strangers that figure, okay, well I got a royalty and I got a title, and then they figure you're the scum of the earth, or you think you're the scum of the earth.
You think, because you don't know who
They're gonna come and deal with you because they're thinking okay, power over or idea over. They think you're lower than them. It says, and Hashem of this Hamite Iyshshah that was slain, her name was Cosby. Habath of Zur, and he was the chief over a people, all right, and a chief house in Midian, among Hamites. So she figured, hey, he figured I'm a prince and she's a princess or whatever, but Yahweh said, prince and princess, y'all self apart.
Right.
Don't come together. All right, 16.
And Yahweh spoke unto Moses, saying,
17.
Vex the Midianites and smite them.
Now look at Yahweh. He ain't stopping. Some people, it's not like a dog with a bone, but it's like Yahweh, not only were they killed, and then he gave this man medals for killing them, but now he said, vex the Midianites. He said, get on them. Why? Because they had a deliberate plan. The devil was using them with a deliberate plan to stop Yahweh's people from doing what Yahweh called them to do. Again, the bottom line is the spiritual. They want you not to do what Yahweh called you to do. And to be so enraptured with them and lusting after them that you're going to listen to them and then get separated from Yahweh. So Yahweh said, vex them and kill them. Verse 18.
For they vex you with their wiles.
So see, they were doing something deliberately. But again, it's the devil using them. But either way, he uses people. So you have to be careful of people. All right, go ahead.
When they have beguiled you in the manner of pits and in the matter of Cosby, the daughter of a prince of Midian, their sister, which was slain in the day of the plague for poor sake.
Yes. It says, for they vex you. So Yahweh said, they started it. And I'm telling you, I want you to finish it. And he tells them how to finish it.
Yes, he does. Yes, he will.
They vex you with their wiles. Now this wiles, I looked it up in Hebrew, and this is the only time it's used in the Old Testament. The word is nekel. That's N-E-K-E-L. It's found at Strong's number 5231. It means cunning, craftiness, wiliness, deceit. They vex you with their deceit. In other words, they're gunning for you. Really. And they figure, hey, I compromise you by having you come between my legs, or I compromise you by coming in between your legs. This is the devil. He uses people. That's why Yahweh's telling you, leave them alone. Let's go to 1 Kings in the Old Testament, 1 Kings, the 11th chapter. So that deceit, that cunning craft, is a deliberate plan So we have to be aware of their plans.
Yes, we do.
And Yahweh says that we are not ignorant of Hasatan's devices.
No, we're not. Not
We're not,
anymore.
as long as we study Yahweh's
Not
word
anymore.
and then listen to what he's saying. But sometimes people think they know better than Yahweh. And then they end up the creek without a paddle. 1 Kings 11 is but by the grace and mercy of Yahweh that they don't drown or go over the falls.
That's right. Praise Him.
1 Kings 11, and we want to read one verse, verse 1.
Hallelujah.
Here's another man that thought he knew, a brother in the nation of Israel thought he knew better than Yahweh.
Okay.
And again, the men and women have done this.
Okay. Right.
And are still doing it.
Right.
Looking at the stranger thinking they're prettier than,
I know, right?
or more handsome. Again, that's a slave's eyes is looking.
That's
That's a dead person's eyes.
Yeah,
They know
right.
who they are. 1 Kings 11, let's read verse 1, please.
And then Athaliah,
1 Kings.
oh,
Yeah, take it down.
Praise the mighty God.
You're doing fine. Praise Yahweh. Yeah, 1 Kings. 11th chapter. And we want to start in verse 1. Yes.
but King Solomon loved many strange women, together with the daughter of Pharaoh, women of the Moabites, Amalekites, Shemites,
Edomites.
Zenomites, and Hittites.
Hittites. All right, so, but here's another leader.
Strange.
Head of the nation.
Right.
No,
Right.
but it's got people looking at it.
I know, right?
Well, there's celebrities we're looking at,
Yeah.
right?
People, yeah.
And then you see the Israel man, and then you see the stranger. You see Kanye West, and then you see the stranger.
Y'all
You
right, tell like it
Tiger
is.
Woods, and then you see the stranger.
Okay.
That's the same difference.
Y'all right?
And all the devil is doing is holding this image up for dead Israel
Dead.
to imitate.
Spiritually
And
dead.
sad as can be, you got Israel supposed to be spiritually alive, and they're doing the same thing.
Right.
But Melech Shlomo have who? Not the women of Israel, many strange Iyshshah. Why? Because that's what Yahweh said don't do.
Okay.
Human nature every time will do exactly the opposite of what
Yes.
Yahweh says to do. Many, not just a few, many strange women who lusted after these women. With Shabbat of Pharaoh, women of the Moabites, Ammonites, even had Esau up in there, Zidonians and Hittites. Verse 2.
Of the nations concerning which Yahweh said unto the children of Israel, ye shall now go in to them, neither shall they come in unto you, for surely they will turn away your heart after their mighty ones. Solomon caved unto those and loved.
You said, of how go we are the nations concerning which Yahweh amar until I ban Yisrael. So he knew.
Yeah.
These are the very ones.
Right.
I mean, he just disobeying Yahweh.
I know, right?
And Yahweh came to him twice and told him, don't do it. He appeared to him twice and told him, don't do it. Even after that, other nations concerning which Yahweh said unto our man of Yisrael, you shall not go into them, neither shall they come in unto you. So that covers husbands and wives.
Right.
For surely, what's the reason? Again, this is spiritual.
Okay.
We're not profiling. We're Yahweh filing.
Hallelujah.
Surely they will turn away your mind after their elves.
Right.
Shelomah clave unto these and a half. Oh, he just scoured the country to be more disobedient to Yahweh. Let's go to Old Testament Proverbs 22. Clave unto them. It's like how hard can our head get?
I know, right?
How hard can our heart get? very hard. It's
Yeah.
what's called hardcore Israel.
Yeah.
That hardcore means whatever Yahweh's telling them is like a shield. It bounces off.
Right.
They let it bounce off instead of letting it penetrate.
Right.
And you let it bounce off instead of letting it penetrate by not doing it.
That's it.
But they always said it's hard for me to kick against the bricks. I'm the one that's going to get hurt when
All right.
I'm hardening myself.
That's in the end.
And Yahweh understands, and He knows when I understand what He's telling me.
Of course.
And when I deceive myself and just throw it
Yeah,
out
of
my
course.
mind and think I'm going to do the opposite and it's going to be all right. No, it's not. Proverbs 22, let's read verse 14.
Hallelujah.
Proverbs 22 and verse 14.
The month of strange women is a deep pit. He that is adorned of Yahweh shall fall therein.
All right, so it says the mouth of a strange Iyshshah is a deep pit.
Okay.
Now, we have children in here, so I won't break it down other than to say it's not talking about the mouth that you eat with.
Okay.
This part of the woman, strange Iyshshah, is a deep pit. In other words, it's a trap.
Okay.
You're going down to the lake of fire when you're engaging in it. He that is hated of Yahweh or rejected of Yahweh or despised of Yahweh falls into that trap. And it's a trap. In Proverbs, let's go to chapter 23. So again, we all grown, and you have people tell, hey, I'm grown.
Right.
And some of the ones that say it, they grown and they living in your house. Then you need to tell them, get your butt out.
Right.
You're grown, hey, as long as I'm paying the bills,
That's
you're
right.
not grown.
You're right. Do what I say.
All right, but for those of Israel or anybody else that says, hey, I'm grown, I'm over 20, I can date and choose and marry and go into whoever I want.
That's
Your
on
heart and
them.
on.
That's on them.
All right.
Between them and Yah.
Because that will be rehearsed before you at the judgment.
Yeah.
And if you are spiritually awake now, it's being written down,
All right.
and you being judged now.
Hallelujah.
You're not going to have a chance at the white throne judgment or do like a certain religion says when you're on your deathbed.
Huh.
Tell Yahweh, oh Yahweh, I'm so sorry. Hey, you might not even be able to talk.
Right.
You don't know when your end is.
That's right.
So
That's
Praise
right.
the
don't
mighty
make
Yah.
on
That's
that
right,
foolishness.
sister. That's
All
right.
right, Proverbs
Teach.
23.
That's right.
Let's read verse 33, please.
Hallelujah.
That's right. She's right.
Thine eyes shall behold strange women, and time heart shall alter private
Perverse.
hearts.
You finished?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thine eyes shall behold strange Iyshshah.
Okay.
Why? Because we're in the middle of Babylon.
Okay.
They call it a melting pot.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll be duped into thinking, oh, you know what? And I've heard people say this.
Yeah.
You know, you can't really tell who you are. Speak for yourself. Get out of here. My forefathers came over on the ship.
All right.
Okay, the slave master came in and, got this and this and this one. But the bottom line is, I know I'm a Shemite.
That's
You
right.
all know you're Shemites, or you
That's
should.
right.
That's right.
And I believe I'm from the priestly tribe because of what Yahweh said in the scripture.
Just said
So
Yahweh.
again, you speak for yourself. I'm not going to insult you, but don't be trying to include me in anything negative
Hallelujah.
that
Unless
my
it's with
father
Yah.
didn't tell me.
That's right.
All right? It was a different thing before I knew him, but then again, even before I knew him, he put some common stuff in my head that you couldn't come and tell me just because you were reading the Bible.
Okay.
All right? And he wants us like that. It's not arrogance.
No, it's not.
just standing up and being
It's
who Yahweh
confidence in
said you
just
are.
as Yahweh.
We don't have to play dumb anymore.
No more.
All right? Because we have some more smarter brothers out here. Spiritual men who are standing up and following Yahweh.
That's right.
It says, your eyes shall behold strange Iyshshah, and your mind shall utter perverse things.
Okay.
You'll have the thought to go in unto them, but don't do that. Let's go to the Old Testament Genesis. So strangers, Genesis, the 2nd chapter, strangers look at the virgins of Israel, which we are, to see our reactions to them holding each other's hands. And I'm sure you have experienced this. You walk down the street or in the grocery store, and then you see the stranger with Israel, whether it's man or woman. And then the stranger got the smirk on their face because they realized they done got over on Israel. And in Israel, you know, they're clueless.
Right.
But all I do is deliberately turn my head the other way.
Okay.
It's like, I'm not here to be entertained. I know you just hooked on to somebody that don't know who they are. And I'm not interested in it.
Right.
So the strangers know they have a prize. What Yahweh is bringing us up to is to realize we are the prize.
Yes, we are. Hallelujah.
Don't sell yourself short. It's only dead Israel that's attracted to strangers when Yahweh continuously commanded them to do the opposite.
Okay.
And we're in Genesis, the 2nd chapter, and this is where Yahweh commanded the man, don't eat of that tree. We're not going to read it. I want to go to Genesis, the 6th chapter.
Okay.
Yahweh commanded the man, saying, there's a whole bunch of trees in the garden. You can freely eat of that. That's the premise that you're looking at. That spiritual principle.
That's right.
Yahweh said, don't do. Our flesh wants to do. That's why he's got to deal with your mind. He's got to deal with your ruach, with your spirit. And your spirit has to control your mind.
Yes, it does. Yes, it will.
And don't start to just looking at somebody and, ooh, they just so fine. And oh, that blonde hair waving. Get out of here. All right? Wake up. So strangers see virgin spiritual Israel's reactions, and we look the opposite way. Being spiritually alert, we know that it only highlights their fixation on the tree Yahweh first said don't partake.
That's it.
And then second, Massa said they couldn't have.
Okay.
Now they think they're free, which they're not. And they go into exactly what Massa said don't have. But now we're seeing here in Genesis, first book of the Bible, where the whole earth was destroyed because of this being booked up in it. The devil was after Yahweh's plan then. Genesis 6, let's start at verse 1.
Hallelujah.
And it came to pass when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them.
Verse 2.
That the sons of Elohim saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose.
Now, not what Yahweh says qualifies for you as a mate. There are qualifications that Yahweh has told me my husband is supposed to have. And he told the men the same thing. There's qualifications. So it says, it came to pass when Adam began to multiply on the face of Ha'aret, and that the daughters were born to them, that Haban of Elohim. Now you got one class of people, talking about Yahweh's people, Israel, spiritual Israel. Spiritual Israel. That's how you become a son of Yahweh.
That's it.
Not just natural physical Israel.
Y'all right.
They're not sons of Yahweh. Yahweh says in the Kadash Barit, the New Testament, they're not all Israel of Israel. It says when the sons of Yahweh saw, they lusted. Habath of Adam. These women, strange women who were not part of the nation, who were not following Yahweh, it says they were beautiful. Again, Yahweh's dispelling that myth about fair men, light skin. No, that means they were beautiful. To look at physically.
Tell like it is.
But your physical beauty means nothing. You better have something that I know some of the most handsome, beautiful people, they got snakes inside.
I know, right?
All you have to do is just talk to them for a few minutes.
Open their mouths.
But what the world has deceived them into doing is selling themselves off of their beauty. They think they have a sense of entitlement because they've physically been endowed with certain things. And what happens is, as they get older, these people commit suicide because they're just so hung up and just so dysfunctional because the world has given them a pass on physically how they look. So it's a trap. It's a trap, and they didn't do anything else to prepare themselves, to build themselves up. They just figure, oh, as long as I come in the room and I look good,
I know, right?
You know,
That's right.
that's my calling card. It says the sons of Elohim saw the daughters of men that they were beautiful, and they took them, Iyshshah, or wives of which they chose. Yahweh's not in it.
That right?
They lust and they say, oh, this one look good.
Okay.
Oh, this one got a big this. Oh, this one got a big that.
Yep.
And Yahweh knew. They knew what Yahweh said.
Of course.
Leave those strangers alone. Verse 3.
And Yahweh said, my spirit shall not always strive with man, but for that he also is flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years.
He pronounced judgment on them, didn't he?
Oh, yep.
And everybody in the world got killed except for 8 people.
I know, right?
You see when he's pronouncing judgment right after? He's talking about the strangers. Why? Because the devil's trying to stop his plan.
Right.
Again, it's nothing physical. It's not something natural.
No, it's not.
Yahweh's doing something spiritual.
Hallelujah.
Yahweh said, my ruach shall not always strive with Adam. In other words, I keep telling him what to do, and then he wants to do what he wants to do.
Go ahead.
And think it's going to be all right.
Right.
Well, Yahweh showed us through a whole world perishing that it's not going to be all right. It's never going to be all right. This happened in the 6th chapter of the 1st book. Nothing has changed. We're in the Old Testament. Let's go back to Proverbs 23rd chapter. Right behind Psalms, Proverbs 23rd chapter. So the nation of Israel looked at these strange women.
Okay.
And they said, oh, this one's beautiful. Okay, I'm going to marry her. Yahweh said, don't do that.
All right.
And then over in the New Testament, Yahshua brought it up even higher and said, don't even look at a woman to lust after her. Like, cut it off.
Right.
And it means for the man too, because you have women out here lusting.
Oh, yeah.
And you have, you know, the men out here with their shirts off and stuff. And I'm thinking there's some awful people out here with their shirts off. They go belly and stuff. But they don't understand. And they think somebody want to look at it.
Yeah.
Proverbs 23, and we want to start at verse 26.
Hallelujah.
23 and 26.
My son, give me thine heart, and let thine eyes observe my ways.
Hallelujah.
He's saying, all right, my sons, my daughters, give me your mind.
Okay.
Give me your pay. Give me your Layil. Give me your inner man.
Right.
Let your eyes observe my ways. See, Yahweh has some ways,
Yes, he
and
does.
man has some ways ever
Okay.
since he partook of that tree.
Uh-huh.
So now you got two opposing ways.
Hallelujah.
And again, your two opposing ways, they never leave you your whole life.
Never.
What you learn to do, Yahweh shows you how to listen to Yahweh's ways
Okay.
through Ruach HaKodesh, which is hooked up with your Ruach, and they overrule
Hallelujah.
those ways you got
allow
from the
it.
fall. And so now you consistently start overruling that fleshly part of you.
Yep. Every day, all day.
Because you want to let your mind observe Yahweh's ways.
That's the only
give
way.
him your mind and give him your everything.
You have to.
Verse 27, he said, now why he wants you to do that? Verse 27, the next thing he started talking about is these strangers.
For a whore is a deep ditch, and a strange woman is a narrow pit.
Now he put
Thus says Yahweh.
a harlot and
I
a
know,
strange
right?
woman in the same sentence.
I know, right?
Okay? Not that they're that naturally, but he's just saying they don't qualify, just like a pig does not qualify in the food category.
That right?
for us. There's nothing wrong with the pig. As a pig, Yahweh created him.
Right.
So there's nothing wrong with people naturally. We love all people. Yahweh
Yes, we
loves
do.
all people, but they don't fit in the category as what Yahweh said qualifies for us to be
They
considering
character.
them to marry them.
That's right.
All right, 28.
She also lived in what?
Layil,
Life in wait.
Yes.
Is fit
Wait,
as
slow down now, slow down.
as fit
As for,
as okay, line wait is for
As-
a prey
Mhm.
and unsealed
increase it.
increase the transgressors among men.
Yeah.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
So he's talking about the strange woman and the whore lie in wait as for a prey. They want to gobble up
Uh-huh.
you. And they have whores on both sides, men and women.
Yep.
They lie in wait for a prey and increases the transgressors among Adam or men.
Cool.
We're in
Okay.
Proverbs, let's go to the seventh chapter. Proverbs, the 7th chapter. They're lying in wait for you to come
Yeah.
to the trap.
That right.
Like the bear get his foot caught in the trap. And Perry was saying something, get their foot caught in the trap and they know it all. So Yahshua said, hey, it's better for you to enter into the kingdom with one eye or one leg
Yes, he did.
than to bring that lustful eye,
That's right.
because you're not bringing it to the kingdom.
Okay.
The time is now for us to let go of what Yahweh is telling us.
Y'all right.
Be
Tell
very
like this.
merciful. We don't have to change overnight, but we do have to change
Yep.
because we're the ones that's unlike Yahweh.
Uh-huh.
Proverbs 7, let's start at verse 7, please.
Hallelujah.
Take your time, sis.
And beheld among the simple ones a young man void of understanding.
So it says, I beheld among the simple ones. So simple mean, you know, you kind of got a little screw loose, okay? Or you're hard-headed. I discern among the youths a young Adam, void of being, void of understanding.
Right.
He thinking, hey, she's a man, she's a woman.
Right.
Just match them up together.
Right.
And that's what we think out in the world.
Yeah.
All right? Although there were those of us that were raised understanding we wouldn't be marrying a stranger. But in my family, I was telling the brothers and sisters, I went to a recent repast, and 80% of the people were Caucasian or looked like it. Why? Because they had started marrying Caucasians. They had the Shem marriage on the first go-round, and that didn't work out. In the second go-round, then, you know, they started marrying Caucasians, and it's like, boy, there's a bunch of Gentiles in here. And then I did recognize one of them, and so then I kind of got a clue like who the rest of them were.
Right.
And I knew years ago, they thought it was like something good that
Right.
you were doing.
Honey, done moved on
And
up.
right. And they really did. They
They sure
equated
did.
that with, you know, being bourgeois and better than everybody else. All right? But again, they're void of understanding. Verse 8.
Passing through the street near her corner, and he went the way to her house.
All right, so this is a simple one now.
Right.
Void of understanding.
Right.
All right, verse 9.
In the twilight, in the evening, in the black and dark night.
All right, now why he all in the back in the dark, right? In his mind, you know, deep down he's knowing
Yeah.
it's not right.
Right.
It's wrong. In the twilight, in the evening, in the black and dark night. All right, verse 10, when you can't see where he's going, what he's doing. But Yahweh sees everything.
All right.
Verse
And
10.
behold, there met him a woman with the attire of a harlot and severe of heart.
Okay, very good. It says, and behold, there met him Iyshshah with the attire or dress. I
Right.
looked up this word in Hebrew. This attire is found at number 7897 and is sheath. That's SHIYTH. It is a garment or a dress as put on. So there was a difference between the way a harlot or a whore dressed
Right.
and regular people. Well, you go downtown on a Friday night or a Saturday night, And you can't tell.
I know, right? Nowadays.
The street girl
Nowadays.
can be standing on the corner, and then you see these other with these little short
You're
dresses.
right, right.
You would know which one was which.
Right, right.
That's true,
All right?
sister. That's
So the
true.
devil has completed his assignment.
Yeah.
And then you try to tell somebody, look, you know, you need to go.
Right, that's
I remember
right.
years ago there was a sister that came to temple and had her stuff out.
Huh.
And my Iysh went up to her and said, "Well, you coming in with all your stuff hanging out?" See, because he was like that. He just don't you come
That's
in
right.
there, you
He
know.
was right. He was
And
right.
That right.
he was like
He was
Phineas,
right.
right, with the javelin. He just confronted her face to face. You coming in with all your stuff
He
hanging
was
out?
right.
And she had the nerve to say, "Well, what you doing looking?"
Ah.
And he came back. See, he trying. You understand? He said it nicely. He said, "You got them all up in my face. What do you expect me to do?"
That's right.
I mean, he did, and then she was ashamed.
Yeah.
But see, she didn't have to take it there.
Right.
Don't come in the temple looking like that.
Yeah.
Don't go down the street looking like that.
That's right.
Unless that's what you want now. If you want the man to follow you, hey, different strokes, okay? But he did. She shamed herself, which
Right,
she just took the warning.
That's right.
All right, number one, she should have never came in like that.
That's right.
All right, verse 11.
She is loud and stubborn. Her feet abide not in her house.
Now you got some
Look at that.
wherever they at. And, you know, and you could be way down the street like,
I
what's
know,
that all
right?
loud?
And stubborn.
I got a neighbor, she comes in at 10 o'clock, you hear her through the floor. Like, what? Why do you have to talk so loud? The person's right there on the phone. But this is how they do, just, attracting attention to themselves. And what I was taught when I was growing up is like, look, tone it down. That's very unattractive. To just be all loud and
ladylike.
And wow, said she's loud.
Yeah.
Who's Yahweh talking about that's loud? It said the whore,
You okay?
the stranger. She loud. She's stubborn.
Yeah.
Her feet abide not in her body.
Not in hers.
So she out there wandering the street.
Right.
You see, I don't remember when I was coming up where you see actually young women walking up and down the street at night
Uh-huh.
with little short shorts on, or
Right,
just,
right.
just up and down the street.
Right, right.
Not at home.
Right.
And then it's 10, 11 o'clock at night.
Right.
You think of what are these young women doing out
That's
there?
right. That's right.
This shows how far we have fallen from the standard. But
Yeah.
again, we're
That's right.
still the virgins of Israel.
Yes,
They just
we are.
don't realize, they think they're just trash.
Right, right. Yep. They don't know who they
Or
are.
they think acting like trash is cute.
Right.
They just so deceived.
Sure is. That's sad.
Verse 12.
Now is the without now in the streets and left in wait at every corner.
Huh.
He said, now she's without, she's in the street, she lies in wait at every corner. So whoever give her a look, and some of them you can see them walking down the street, when they pass a man, looking to see whether
Yeah,
he's looking.
that's
Sure do.
right.
Sure do.
It's sad.
Yeah. Sad but true.
But it's for us to learn and for us to raise our children.
Right, right.
So they realize what prizes they are. And it's for us to come back to ourselves to realize what prizes we are.
Right, right. Hallelujah.
Okay, we'll get the rest of that. Let's go back to Revelation, 3rd chapter, all the way at the end of the book. So Yahweh takes virginity very
Yes,
seriously,
she does.
and he considers it sinful for anyone else to treat it lightly.
Okay. It
You
is.
can see in Bereshit, the 3rd chapter, how he made some skins to cover the man and woman's secret parts.
Right, right.
So he understood, all right, now they have this knowledge, and it's twisted, so now I need to cover them up.
Right, right.
So Yahweh has strict commandments against uncovering nakedness.
Yes,
He
he
covered
does.
it up.
Yes, it does.
And then you got these old hard-headed people gonna come along and uncover it. And what they call in Hollywood the red carpet.
Okay, good.
Where the more skanky you look.
I know, right?
Yeah, tell the truth.
And that's
Tell
for
the
Israel to
truth.
look at it
Tell it.
and think,
Tell
okay,
it.
this is how
This
it's
how
supposed to
it's-
be.
yeah.
This is how you're supposed to
Look,
dress.
they say, yeah,
This
no
is how
harm
you're
from
supposed to
Israel.
act.
Yeah, tell
It's
the
all
truth.
about Israel.
Yeah.
Keep them
Tell
in
the
the
truth,
seat.
sister. Teach.
All right?
Teach, sister. Teach. Teach.
Yahweh has strict commandments against uncovering
Yes, it
nakedness.
does.
And now again, people try to play dumb. Oh, what's nakedness? What's
Sure
that?
do. Teach, sister.
Come on
Tell-
now. Revelation, the 3rd chapter, and let's read one verse, verse 18.
Hallelujah.
Revelation 3, and verse 18.
I counsel thee to buy of me gold tried in the fire, that then mightest be rich, and white raiment,
Raiment. Mm-hmm.
that thou mightest be clothed, and that the shame of thy nakedness do not appear, and anoint thine eyes with eyesight, that thou mayest see.
All right, so Yahweh is saying, I ate to counsel you to buy of me gold tried in the fire. Yahweh knows what's right and what's wrong.
Right.
That you may be rich in white raiment, that you may be clothed, and that the shame of your nakedness do not appear. Now, the nakedness first starts in your mind, and then it comes out in the world where you see it.
Right,
You see these people wearing, these women wearing pants that were never meant to be pants, and they're really just underwear, they're really tights. And you see every shot, every tittle, front and back. And then they become numb to it. I was looking at this mother crossing the street with her young daughter the other day. I guess the daughter was about 12. And her daughter had on shorts, and I saw her butt cheeks in the shorts.
Okay.
This is her mother crossing the street with her.
Right.
And I wanted to stop the car, but it's like, you know what?
Right.
I just prayed for her, and I said, Father, watch over the mother and her daughter, so
Right.
nobody
That's
snatches
right.
this little girl.
That's right.
Because
Yeah,
obviously the
that's
mother's
right.
eyes, she needs some eyesight.
Right.
She started thinking, oh, well, you know, this
That's
is,
right.
she's with me, or this is the fashion.
That's
And I don't
it.
want
That's
my you know, daughter to be, you know, out of sync or
Right,
whatever.
Right, sister.
Children can peak too early, too. And then they all messed up.
Yep.
I seen them in high school where they peaked too early. They were, you know, popular and wearing the nice clothes, this, that, and the other, and boom, at 16 pregnant.
Yeah.
Right.
There was another child, she was semi-peaking when she was in junior high. And before she graduated from high school, I saw her on the bus stop, and she got stair steps from children.
Right.
Just, I don't blame it on her, I blame it on the parents. She
Right.
didn't have no money, she wasn't buying any clothes. Yahweh said that the shame of your nakedness do not appear. Because if you're the parent, and I'm looking at your son and your daughter, and they coming in here with their drawers exposed, you may get upset with Shelomah. Because I'm gonna, you know, first I come to you,
Right.
and then I'll say, you know, can we not looking at your son's drawers?
I know, right?
And then you, Shelomah ain't supposed to say that. Like Micaiah told her sister, hey, you got them all in my face.
Right.
Who's gonna say it if we don't?
Gotta stand for thus says
I'm
Yahweh.
not saying it in a punishment
No.
mode,
Right.
but just
No,
letting us know, hey, we all slipped.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yahweh's bringing us
We have been
back.
deceived by our
That's
God.
right. That's
He
right.
said, and anoint your eyes with eye salve that you can see.
Right.
We as the adults, it's our responsibility to see first.
That's it.
That's right.
It's not up to us to send our children who are under 20 in the store with money to pick out their clothes.
Okay.
What they gonna pick out?
I know, right?
What they see that has been put up
That's
in
right.
front of them.
Hallelujah.
You know.
And don't just, well, you know, I sent them to the store and they bought that. Whose money was it?
Right.
Who sent them to the store?
That's right.
You better take it back.
That's right.
You know, it's like,
Take it back. That's right, sister.
you,
Tell the truth.
and Yahweh loves his people.
Yes, he does.
I love you, but it's
Yes, we do.
time for us to stand up
That's right.
because that's what's going to bring us through.
Hallelujah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Holding up the standard of Yahweh. Now,
That's-
what people
that's
do
it.
after they've been told,
That's on them. We
Right.
tell them, y'all.
that's it.
That's right.
And then Yahweh going to deal with you.
That's
Okay.
right.
All right? Okay, let's go back to the Old Testament to Genesis. So Yahweh said our eyes need to be anointed so we can
Yes,
stop
it does.
looking at what the world puts in front of us.
Right.
I was looking at this picture and this man was thinking about buying a sports car. And then his father asked him, so does the naked woman come with the car? Because that's what they were using to sell it.
Yeah, right. Right. Sex sells.
Yeah, to those that don't know, that been
Right.
brainwashed and
Right.
programmed. So the virgin white spiritual Israel's eyes are anointed by Yahweh
Yes, they are.
to see what he sees
Thus
as
says
nakedness.
Yahweh.
Our eyes have been anointed.
Yes, they have.
Now we can put on them rose-colored glasses if we want, but don't make Yahweh snatch them off your
I
eyes.
know,
That's
right?
right.
We're not gonna snatch anything. Not gonna be
That's
at the
right.
store with you and saying, okay, you should buy this and
That's
that.
right.
Not gonna do that. You've been told.
Right, right.
Now it's up to you.
That's
Like
right.
Ruach said earlier, you say I'm grown, so it's up to you.
That's it.
All right, 9, and let's start at verse 20. So
Hallelujah.
now we see this because our eyes have been anointed.
Yes, praise be to the mighty Yahweh.
We are Yahshua's virgin wife.
Yes, we are.
Genesis 9, let's read verse 20, please.
Praise Yahweh.
And Noah began to be a husband, and he planted a vineyard,
Verse 21.
and he drank of the wine, and was drunken, and he was uncovered within his tent.
All right, so it says he got, a little tipsy.
Right, right.
And he drank of the yayin, he was drunk.
Okay.
Okay, he wasn't supposed to get drunk.
All right. Thus says
But now
Yahweh.
he was uncovered within his tent.
Okay.
Now he was in his tent.
Uh-huh.
Okay, but now his nakedness was uncovered. Okay? Which means his secret part.
Right, right.
All right? And really, if you wonder what nakedness is, your nakedness is from your neck to your knees.
Okay.
That's your nakedness. All right? Whatever you uncovered from there. And even I would consider sometimes you don't need to have your not at the temple.
No weapon formed against me shall prosper. I am more than a conqueror. I'm waking up out of nightmares, gas for breath. Living in these last days, enemies after my death. Palms can't hold these tears, heart was cold for years. Only to find out the enemy was in the mirror.